Just couldn't be more thrilled about the performance this afternoon, beating a really, really good Creighton team. I thought the moral of the story is our defense kept us in the game. We made some great plays down the stretch to kind of execute, and I just thought overall, just our team staying connected, playing for each other. When at times it was hard to buy a basket for both teams. It's always like that, I feel like, when we play Creighton, historically, of just the grinded out mentality, and especially when you play a team a second time, you know each other pretty well. So overall, just really thrilled to get this, get this home win on Alumni Day, and as we celebrate the Black Fives, Foundation as well. It's just a great win for our program.
Just some housekeeping stuff first, Coach. Danny didn't play again today. Are you expecting her to come back for the next weekend?
Danny's out with an illness, non-COVID related, so we're kind of going, day by day with her. Obviously, that hurts us a little bit with our bench. She's been playing great, so as quickly as we can get her back and get her healed up, she'll be back out there.
Any updates on Claire on her recovery?
Claire?
Cephas.
Oh yeah, Claire's been out with the ACL, and she's doing great in her progression. Just takes a long time to come back, I guess.
In that first quarter, Creighton kind of ended on a dominant run of 9-0. Do you think the defense just collapsed a little bit there for them to get that? I think it was a couple point lead going into the second.
Yeah, I thought the first quarter Creighton got a lot of easy shots that they normally make, so to only be down, honestly, by that was a good thing. And then I thought as each quarter went on, we tightened up defensively with their 5-out motion and their movement patterns. It's just when they got 5 players on the floor who can score in different ways, it puts a lot of pressure on your defense. And I think sometimes that then takes your offense. It's a little slower. It's a little harder to make shots. As you can see, we got some great looks, but weren't able to hit them. But I thought as the game went on, they had opportunities to pull away, and we just kind of hung in there. I thought we did great out of timeouts to just settle ourselves and did enough of kind of moving the basketball and changing sides of the floor.
Liza, I think, ended the first half 3 for 4. Obviously, she had a big day overall, but in that second quarter as a whole, what did you kind of like see? What did you like out of her performance?
I thought Liza had a great bounce back game from Friday night. She's so critical to Lauren Van Kloonen's success when they put bodies around her, the way she can move and cut, and is just having a great feel of what spots to be in when teams start digging and doubling, and you always assume that your guards have to kind of feed off Lauren with that, but Liza has found a really good chemistry to find those little short jumpers that in a lot of ways feels like layups. She's shooting it well, and I think the big thing is just her confidence is growing. She's getting great reps against this type of team, which is always hard to guard as well. I thought she did a really nice job overall, and her job on the boards too, a couple timely boards as well.
Obviously, you've had your share of against Creighton, their head coach from your previous past. Did you know that it would be a game where it would take a while to get the offense going, and did it come to surprise that it happened in that fourth quarter?
I just know Coach Flan is a really, really good coach. He's one of the hardest, if not the hardest, to prepare against, and the fact that now he's so deep. Last year they had some injuries, and only probably played 7 or 8 kids, and now he's got 10 or 11 deep that can wear you out. They can all shoot the 3, and so I got a ton of respect for him. It's so fun as a coach to try and prepare and figure out the game plan. You have to be able to figure out enough ways to make shots against their defense. They've always been really good defensively, and I think the difference for them this year is they're really good offensively too. So that's why I'm just really happy to get this win, and showed a lot of character for our kids just to keep battling. I know a couple timeouts in those third and fourth quarters. I just said, you guys got to keep hanging with each other. Keep playing defense, keep making it difficult, and some of those offensive possessions will turn into positive plays. And fortunately, we did enough. We had the luxury at the end. Even off a couple missed free throws, Chloe got her hand on it and secured possessions. There wasn't a ton of fouls called, so there was fouls to give for both sides, so that was definitely in our favor.
In that fourth quarter, you had 2 extended runs. One was a 6-0, and then you ended on the 8-0. What did you like out of the team's response, just to stick with it for a full 40 offensively?
I mean, a 6-0 run, it was funny you say that, John, because in our coaches' time, we were like, wow, 6-0 run, and it felt like it's a 12-0 run or a 15-0 run because of how hard it was to score at times. But then I've always loved our team, the way they carry over their preparation from practice into late game situations. Just confident to whether it's getting the ball in bounds, no matter how it looks, or to execute, with little quick hitters or quick sets. I thought that led to obviously those 2 runs we're talking about.
Creighton obviously has a lot of defensive schemes. It's kind of hard for a player like Carissa to get going. Did you kind of know that going into after how it happened the first time, and was that a point of emphasis to get different players involved off scoring?
Yeah, we're always trying to get Riss opportunities, and with this game I thought they did a great job of making it difficult for her, but what she ended up doing was stretching the floor and allowing Liza to get those jumpers, a few easier opportunities for Van Clunen. You saw Chloe start going downhill a little bit more, so that the key was just trying to find the space to do it. And whatever side of the floor she's on, the way our movement happens allows some of those other kids to get those opportunities. So, as much as the stat line, doesn't maybe have a lot in it, her presence on the floor with the way teams are guarding her really, really helps her offense.
And then finally for me, I don't know if they have any back there, but that final drawn up play, Liza got the deflection or steal off it at the end. Was that the drawn up that when Creighton called that timeout and everything? Did everything like happen as you thought?
Yeah, I thought in those situations you're talking about key things you've seen on film, different ways that we're going to guard certain movement patterns. Well, Creighton has 100 different movement actions, so you're trying to just a little bit trust your instincts and what has been working up to this point. I thought we were aggressive, blowing up a few of those options. And then the key sometimes with Creighton is you guard their stuff great, and then they make one-on-one plays or they get an offensive rebound, and that really is why they're good too. And I thought we did enough with the deflection and then the stop and playing great team defense.
And today you said Chloe got the rebound off of Liza Carles's free throw, kind of helped you guys, especially setting up Carissa's 2 free throws. So how big has Chloe and kind of your bigs down low been for your success so far this season?
I'm so proud of Chloe. I had a conversation with her a little bit yesterday about how we needed her to, fill up that stat sheet a little bit more than she did just specifically from Friday night. And, she's the player that can get 12 boards. She can get 6 or 7 assists. She can, score anywhere from 6 to 10 points. And I thought she was a little bit passive, and she knew she was going to be open at different times. And I just thought she was relentless, rebounding the ball, defensive rebounds as well, coming up with those, the one big one late. And then we moved her on different Creighton players throughout the game. So she's on a point guard 1 minute, she's on a post player another minute, she's on a shooter. And I thought she was, sometimes you don't always see the value of that, but it was incredible, just her effort. And it just looked like she never got tired. They made some just huge plays down the stretch. And that feeds into our group of posts and forwards, like you mentioned, that they know that's their job. They know the expectation is them to execute those small little things that help you win games.
And then, like you said, all over the place and how big your forwards are. So how, for this week, because you have Villanova and UConn, how big are they going to be, especially the veteran leaders, to help you get the wins?
Yeah, I just think we're going to get a little rest. This is a mental grind weekend when you play a Providence in a style like Creighton. So getting them rested, getting them away from the court for a little bit, back locked into school, there's some families in, go have dinner with their families, and then, lock back into Villanova, who's also obviously really good. And then you got Connecticut coming back here. So the travel, the schedule is not the easiest this month for any team right now. So just when you can get a win like tonight, no matter what it looks like, no matter what the score is, we are very pleased with that.
Anything else?
Good. Thanks, guys.